Hi guys, we're gonna go over the plank today and some issues that some of you might be having in the gym. So I've got Dave here, he's gonna be our demo. So Dave, let's show off a few plank variations that we see in the gym that we are not quite too thrilled about. So first one here, we've got Dave coming up in this position. So we can see he's a bit high here and his hips are coming up high. So right now he's holding mostly his weight up here with his legs, upper shoulders, and he probably doesn't have very much activation through the glutes or the abdominals. Okay, let's go into another one. So this one, it's clear, we've got the hips sagging down. So now we've got a lot more load coming onto the lumbar spine here and coming up through the shoulders here. So this is rather tiring, and if you hold it too long, you're probably gonna start to feel that in your back, and we don't want that. So let's go into the anterior pelvic tilt. So right here, it might be a little bit difficult to see, but Dave's tilting his pelvis forward. That's putting a severe amount of load in that lumbar spine in this position, and we're basically neglecting the whole point of the exercise here, which is to activate the anterior core and the glutes. Okay, take a little break there, Dave. So what do we want to see in a proper plank? Let's get Dave back up again. So what we want to see, we've got a slight curvature to the back here. You can really see that Dave has his glutes engaged. He's pressing up through the floor, wrists are stacked underneath the shoulders, and we've got that nice curvature there. So we can tell that core is loaded, creating a good connection from upper body through the rib cage to his pelvis. Now at the same time, if I move back a bit, you can see he's pressing through his toes and his arms at the same time to sandwich everything in between and create a nice strong connection. Okay, come on down, Dave. So, what can we do to practice this position? Because you're having trouble with the plank. I think we maybe have to take you out of the plank to teach you what you should be feeling, okay? So we're gonna start with an exercise called the McGill curl up. What this exercise is gonna do is gonna help create that connection so you can feel exactly what you need to feel when we flip you back over for your plank or your push-up position, okay? So what we're gonna do here, we've got Dave down on the floor. We're gonna get Dave to put one of his hands behind his lower back. He's gonna extend one leg on one side and keep the knee up on the other. This is gonna get the pelvis into more of a neutral position, okay? So from this position here, I'm gonna get Dave to kind of roughly feel where his rib cage meets his abdominals. He's gonna rest his hand there, okay? That's gonna be a little landmark he's gonna use to help activate. So at this point here, I'm gonna ask Dave to press down his lower back into his hand into the floor. So if you rewatch that part of the video a few times, you might see right here when he presses down, his pelvis tilts backwards. We're getting the glutes activated there a little bit, and we're turning on all those muscles in the lower abdominals. Now, to kind of finish this off and make that connection from the top to the pelvis here, I'm gonna ask Dave to use the midsection here to crunch up just high enough that his shoulder blades start to come off the ground. And as soon as he does that, he's gonna feel that connection start from right at the rib cage all the way to the pelvis, making him into one solid piece through the trunk. That's what we're looking for when we're doing the plank. So this is a really good drill to practice that. So what I would normally do, Dave, come down and rest for a second. You would do a set of 10 with a 6 to 10 second hold in position. And the most important part is learning to control. So Dave, let's come up into that position again. So flatten the lower back, come on up. Good, so he's gonna hold for 10 seconds. We're gonna say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and he's gonna control it on the way down. He's not just gonna release it. I want him to slowly lower and come out of that position. So that way he learns how to control his core, not just turn it on and off. Excellent, thank you, Dave. We can now work on a glute activation drill because part of the problem is not having the glutes working as well. So what I'm gonna ask Dave to do is he's gonna get both his legs out. So put them both straight out, okay? You're gonna lean onto your side. So Dave, you know what a clamshell exercise is. Let's get you into that position so people can kind of see this. So most people are probably familiar with this position. So there's a bent knee. here. And the idea is that we're gonna work on the glute. I'm gonna change this position a little bit. This is a nice little variation of this exercise, kind of improve this. So he's gonna take that bottom leg and straighten it right out. He's gonna take the toes of the top leg and he's gonna put them behind the knee and he's gonna slide that foot right down behind the ankle. Just the tippy toes. There we go, so that knee's drooping forward, okay? So now what I'm gonna ask Dave to do, he's gonna rock his pelvis forward so his hips are coming to the ground and the knees coming out here, okay? Good. So now that he's in this position, he's a little bit more extended through the hip there, and I'm gonna ask him to start raising through that knee, just like the clamshell, but he's gonna try and limit how much movement he has through the pelvis here. So coming up and down. As he does this, he's focused on medial glute, glute max on the side here, trying to activate those muscles. He's gonna do about 10, 12 reps there. He's gonna start to really feel that if he's doing a good job. And he's doing a good job here, not moving back and forth through the pelvis. So remember, we wanna create that connection from the upper body to the hips and make it one piece. How you doing, Dave?
I feel it.
He's gonna do 2 more there. Good. And then he can rest there, right? You repeat, do the other side. What is this gonna do? Dave, go back to your plank. Now he's a little lopsided because you only did one side at a time here. But what he's gonna be able to do is he's gonna be able to feel those glutes a lot more now. So as he practices that McGill curl up, his glute exercise, when he comes back to his plank position, now he knows how to create that curvature there. Now he knows how to activate his butt. And all he's got to do is sandwich it in between. I hope that helps, guys. And if you guys need any extra help, please come talk to us.